Hey guys, this is Mel, and I'm here to talk about The Flash, episode 317, titled Duet, which premiered Tuesday, March 21st, 2017 on the CW. Right now, I'm recording on March 27th, 2017. Almost a week. I am so sorry, guys. Last week, work pretty much doubled my usual workload and hours, so I barely had enough energy to watch the episodes, let alone do anything else besides them. And then I actually went to a convention the weekend before work got crazy. And quick summary, got two hennas again, picture on screen, as well as about these two awesome Flash themed pictures. First one on the side features the Flash, Killer Frost, and the Vibe, drawn by an artist named Vince. His Instagram link will be down below in the description box. And then I also found the second picture, which is featuring the Flash himself, which is drawn by another artist by the name of Alex. His Instagram link will be down below. Both their artwork is truly fantastic. I was so fortunate to be able to find their booths a second time at the convention to buy these specific pieces. So with that all said and done, huge spoiler alert, guys. If you haven't seen the episode, go do so first because I will spoil it, obviously. So watch that first, then come back and see what I have to say about the episode. Otherwise, my other video reminders are up on screen right now. So take a moment to remember that. And also, guys, let's start the 10-minute clock and let's start talking about this Flash Supergirl crossover episode. That is right. So timeline-wise, guys, since it is the crossover episode, timeline-wise, it's been a few hours that Kara Danvers, aka Supergirl, has been in a coma, which she was first placed at the very end of Supergirl episode 216 when she was attacked by the Music Meister. Now, for Kara, she has known Mon-El for 9 months, which is roughly around the time of episode 203 for Supergirl. So there's that timeline-wise. I'm assuming it's been a few days in the Flash world since the previous episode, but there's that huge episode reminder of the fact that this is the Supergirl Flash crossover musical episode. So with the villain being the Music Meister, who is able to transport this musical reality into our screens for us. So episode breakdown storyline-wise, pretty much the first one has to deal with the fact that the Music Meister, played by Darren Criss, strikes to teach Kara Danvers and Barry Allen a lesson about love, essentially. And while they are in this coma where they're living out a musical movie reality, Music Meister kind of taps into their powers in the process, to the point that if they don't escape that reality he's placed them in, that he is pretty much going to drain them dry. Apparently, it's true love that will break the spell that Music Meister's placed on them, as it's true love's kiss that does it all. So Kara and Barry are waking up when they are each kissed by Mon-El and Iris, respectively. So there's that. Now, in regards to the musical fantasy reality that we got to see, it's pretty much all very familiar faces, each playing different characters. So it's pretty much a forbidden love story between two feuding families. We get pretty much you kind of think of it as Romeo and Juliet. You got one family featuring Joe West and Professor Stein's alter egos dealing with their daughter, which is Iris West, aka Millie, in this, who falls in love with Tommy, who's actually Mon-El, who is the son of Malcolm Merlin's character, who is an enemy to Joe West, Professor Stein's alter egos. So there is that. And Barry and Kara end up being lounge singers that work for Malcolm Merlin's alter ego. So there's that. Now, few songs. We actually got 4 songs in the musical fantasy world. We get the first one sung by Kara. The second one is sung by the Music Meister, Win, Cisco, and Malcolm. The third one is sung by Joe, Professor Stein, and Malcolm. And then the fourth one is sung by Barry and Kara. That's the Super Friends song. And then the last moment of the episode featured the 5th song, which was Barry singing to Iris about how he feels about their whole situation before he proposes to her once again. So there's that. Now, tidbit-wise, though, we get a flashback at the very beginning of the episode to 18 years ago when we learned just where Barry's love for musicals came from. And that was from his mother, Nora, who always told him that everything's easier in musicals, everything's much simpler when you burst into song type thing. But it was very, in that quick flashback, it was very evident why Barry came to love musicals like his mother. So there's that. Another tidbit fact is the fact that Barry struggles with his fears that he had gotten from the Speed Force and what Savitar had done with him by imprisoning him into this repeated time loop of him experiencing his mother's death. So while he's kind of struggling with his confidence level in regards to being a speedster. So there's that. Another tidbit is the fact that we learn that Music Meister isn't really from one world in particular. He's very vague on that. He even says, you wouldn't understand where I come from type of thing. But it doesn't seem like anything can really hold him, essentially. And the fact that he survived the end of the episode means it's very possible that we could see the Music Meister again. So there is that. Moving on to the most shocking moment of the episode, guys. I would have to say that I was pretty surprised that the Music Meister was there to ultimately help the broken relationships that were Kara and Monel and then Barry and Iris. I was not expecting that to be his motive. I really thought that he was there to steal their powers while placing them in a coma, but apparently that was just a little fun side bit for him that he got to experience. So there's that. So moving on, top 3 favorite moments. First one has to be Barry and Kara. I love their dynamic together. I love how well they play off of each other, and it's just fantastic to see them on screen together, playing off with each other. I would totally, if they were able to cross over as often as they could, I would totally want to see these two together just to see how they are in everyday situations, how they are if it was possible for them to pursue a relationship with each other. Anything really, any version of Barry and Kara together, I would love it. Like, it was just a joy to see them feeding off of each other and then singing with each other and then really just cheering each other up and like really understanding one another the way they did. It was just, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So there's that. Second favorite moment has to be just the musical in general. Usually I'm not really a fan of the whole musical thing, like bursting into song randomly and as if it's part of the movie. It's not really my thing though. But I love that the musical was not only great because we got to see the cast themselves showcase their talents, but it was just so fun seeing Barry's reaction to all this, the singing around him. And essentially, he's trying to stop himself from getting in the groove when the Music Meister starts off a number, and then Barry's reaction to when Joe and Professor Stein start singing together. He's like looking at them, he's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I'm watching them sing." It's like, I can't believe that. He's like, he has to pinch himself, and then he has to forget the fact that he's not supposed to be reacting the way he is right now. So it's fun that way, and then just to see him get into the whole singing and dancing like with Kara, it was great to experience the musical through Barry's eyes when he's just thrust into this movie world, I guess you could say. So that was fun to see. Another favorite moment for me has to be the coordinated attack that Cisco set up against the Music Meister, where Cisco was able to join up with John Jones and Wally West as the three of them took down the Music Meister, or enough to capture him and put him in the pipeline. So it's just great to see how all 3 of their powers got to work together. We got Cisco vibing portals everywhere. We got Jean flying and using his strength. And then we got Wally using his speed. It was really interesting how they were able to use all that against the Music Meister. So there's that. And bonus favorite for me has to be the fact that by the end of the episode, we actually got to see Kara and Monel making up and on the mend with each other. We also got to see Barry proposing again to Iris and having them be back on track with the 2 of them. So I'm really glad that technically it was only an episode between each of their breakups. So there's that. Moving on though, top 3 peeve moments. I will have to say that one peeve was the fact that in the musical world, Monel and Iris were paired together. It was just a peeve just because it was so weird seeing the 2 of them together. And maybe it's because I'm already a huge shipper of Kara and Monel, and or that Barry and Iris I know they're like a strong point together. Just seeing these 2, it was weird. Like, I get it was like it's supposed to serve a purpose to kind of get Barry and Kara feeling what they were feeling in that situation, but it was still weird to see. I don't know, it just was. And also another peeve moment was the concept of a simple kiss breaking Kara and Barry out from this musical reality. I found it a little cheesy, and I found it a little cliched. Yes, it was cute that it was true love's kiss that broke the spell, but I thought it'd be something more than that. Like, I thought it needed to take something more. It could have just been like a simple kiss that would break them out of it. I mean, could anybody kiss them then? Or it had to be I thought it had to be something more internal of really realization that had to happen. Or maybe it's because of their dying moments, they each came to that realization. The kiss just was an actual physical representation of that emergence. I don't know. But I just found the initial concept to be a little cheesy and a little typical, I guess you could say. Moving on, though, to what moment will I remember most when I look back on the episode? Crossover musical. Duh. I mean, that's a huge one right there. So there's that. Random questions, though, very quickly. First one, why would Music Meister help the couples out? Is there an ulterior motive to having these couples specifically together for the future? I hope not. I really hope that Music Meister was really just helping them out of the goodness of his heart. But he kind of caused a little mayhem in order for that to happen. So, I don't know. But please let me know what you think in the comments down below. Second question, and the last question. Will we get mentions of this adventure in the next Supergirl episode? Which is actually airing tonight, the 27th for me. So, I have to be on the lookout for that. I hope, though. I hope so. I really, really do. So there's that. Moving on to predictions very quickly, as I have 10 minutes left on the clock. Based off the promo for 318, it looks like Gypsy comes back to the Flash team with intel on Abracadabra, who is a metahuman magician, I guess you can call him. And he claims that he and the Flash have been enemies for years, but Abracadabra is from the future. He's from the 24th century. We also see snippets of Caitlin in danger, but then we also see that Abracadabra claims to know Savitar's true identity, and we also see him team up between Vibe and Gypsy. So based off the synopsis, though, for 318, it looks that the Flash battles Abracadabra, a villain from Earth 19 who makes him a tempting offer. Release him and Abracadabra will reveal Savitar's true identity. Desperate to save Iris, Barry considers taking the deal, but Gypsy breaches in to capture the villain for her own reasons, and during the melee, Abracadabra manages to escape. Barry is furious that Gypsy intercepted, but Gypsy refuses to back down, forcing Cisco to take sides. Meanwhile, Juliet is still a bit cold towards Caitlin, but when she is severely injured in a battle with Gypsy, he rushes to her side. First off, that's a little bit of a mouthful for a synopsis, just saying. But anyways, any questions coming up from that? Well, one question is, if Abracadabra is from the 24th century, then what the hell is he doing in the 21st century? How is he Barry's long-term rival if he's from another time and another Earth, since Abracadabra is from Earth 19? I mean, what is up with that? And also, with that being said, what the hell is with Barry facing all these future enemies who want to take revenge out on him when he hasn't done anything to them yet? We have Eobard Thawne, who came from the future to a time where Barry is supposedly dead. I mean, technically, I don't know how long speedsters live for. And then you have Zoom. Well, Zoom is kind of in the present-day villain. But now you have Savitar, who's from the future, who has a vendetta, who's trying to take it out on past Barry, who hasn't done anything to him. And now we have Abracadabra, who claims to have a future vendetta against Barry, yet wanting to come back to take it out on past Barry, who hasn't done anything. I mean, why is this always repeatedly happening to Barry? I'm just saying. I'm just wondering. I have no clue. But anyways, that's about it, guys. What do you guys think of the episode? What do you guys like about it? What do you think is going to happen next? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your own thoughts, theories, opinions about what you think is going to happen next. Also, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and check my other videos if you haven't done so already. If you want, check out my Tumblr page. The link for that is down below. I reblog promos, web clips, quotes, GIFs, synopses, news, all that good stuff, all found in one place, so go check it out. It's also connected to my WordPress account, which is a work in progress, but it has everything else connected to it that I'm working on, so follow me there if you like. Also, the two photos that I mentioned or shown you previously, the artists' Instagram links are down below, so please go check that out. They're amazing artists. Go check out what they do. Maybe they draw something that is a favorite of yours. But please, please, please go check it out and show them your love. But that's about it, guys. So thank you so much for tuning in. So sorry for the delay, but thank you for your patience. I hope you come back next week to hear what I have to say about episode 318. But until then, guys, this is Mel. Wish you all a great day, great week, wherever you are. Bye for now.